I feel you watching me pull up across the room. I think you like the view. You gonna make a move. I don't make this easy for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Good Luck Sis, where we have conversations that feed your soul. My name is Ellie.
And I'm Tati. Oh, Tati J. I be forgetting sometimes. Tati J.
Tati J, Tati, whatever everyone calls you, you know? It is. Welcome, guys, to another episode. On this podcast, we talk about relationship, life, and everything in between. And this week, it's a very special week because it's Valentine's week. So
it is.
Everyone's spreading the love, experiencing the love, you know? So I hope that whether it's platonic or romantic love with a significant other, I hope that everyone gets to share this love, and even like treating yourself and loving yourself is important too during this time. And I think we do practice this every year. Like it's like this, you know, it's I guess it's a holiday, you know. Once Christmas is over, December, you see Valentine up there, buddy. Like, bruh, there's 2 months until it's Valentine's Day. But I hope that everyone gets to like show themselves love and show their other significant person love throughout the year, and just not on one specific like day. Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna just preference this by saying, y'all, a little catch up. I had COVID 2 weeks ago, so if you see me coughing and reaching for my water, the cough is still negative, but y'all gonna see me trying to cover it up and drink some water. But just wanted to preface that.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I'm feeling better, just my cough. And those who know me, when I get sick, my cough that ass lasts 2 months. So at this point, by the time Ellie's wedding comes, the cough will be gone. But for right now, we're gonna just be actively coughing.
Yeah. It's just like the surge of COVID is just like back. I know like with just you and like 2 other people that had it. So it's just like, y'all protect yourself out here, you know?
You sure do, baby. It's still outside. It's still outside.
Yeah. So with Valentine's Day is coming, are you excited, happy? Do you have anything planned for yourself? I saw that you did a cute little Galentine's Day.
So it's a Galentine's Day event yesterday, and it was really fun. We all dressed up in like pink pajamas, food, drinks. I told y'all, see, food, drinks, all of that. It was cute, and then the whole shout out to Stacey and Inu. Inu got us like cute, personalized little gifts back. Gift bag. I was like, this was so nice because realistically, this is the only gift I'm getting for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And not to say that in a bad or bitter way, but it's just like that's just the reality of it. Actual Valentine's Day is on a Wednesday this year. I don't have nothing planned. And you can take yourself out too. But let me just stay at home. I don't feel like, not because it's like I'm single. It's like, I'm okay. Like, I think I've gone to the point, like, I take myself out just in general. Do I necessarily feel the need to take myself out on Valentine's Day? No, but I guess that's where sometimes people are just like, why do we need to celebrate it even if you're a couple? Because we do it all the time. I still think if you're a couple, you definitely should do it.
Yeah.
I think also if you're single, you want to do it, go right ahead. But I don't feel the need to like, well, because I don't have a boyfriend, let me make myself feel extra special. No, I'm okay.
How special is for you? Like, even when you're in a relationship, like, do you want your man to go all out? Or is it just like the thought that matters?
Not all out, like the whole, like, hotel room deck. Like,
you saw that too? Did you see? We talk about the same thing. I think it's completely cute. Yeah, the one that we talked about.
That's great for them. I love that for them.
It was,
and you know, maybe when I'm married, it'll be different because I know in marriage you still need to date each other. But for me, dating, I don't require that. But if it happened, it'll be great. It'll be nice. But to me, it's like my ideal Valentine's. Let's go out to a nice restaurant, and we can get a cute little hotel, but it don't really got to do all of that. And maybe I'm saying that because I'm single and I haven't experienced something like that in a long time. So maybe things will change when I get into a relationship. But as of right now, honestly, I'm just kind of like, I'm chilling.
Yeah. For someone like you've been on dates and you go out to nice restaurants, like for someone who's in a relationship, I've been to like nice restaurants. So not going on Valentine's Day to a nice restaurant doesn't bother me. It's just like whatever it is that day that we can do, just spending together is just what's important to me, you know, whether it's like when we were in a long distance relationship, we actually saw each other every single month. And the 1 month that we didn't see each other was our first month spending Valentine's Day together. Was I pissed? No. It was my decision to be like, I don't think we should fly in. I'm not flying in to see you that month. And I don't think you should fly in to see me because it's just like, we've been just going back and forth every month. Yeah. Let's just be realistic. Because in March, I'm going to see you. In April, we're going to be together for like a whole month. So, hey, let's just not spend the money in February. And it was just like the thought that mattered. Like he sent me gifts and then we just watched a movie together. And that was just like nice. It's just the thought of just like you thinking of me and also like you taking the time to spend with me is what's important to me. But there are some girls out here that want the whole everything. Like they want the hotel room decorated and the high fancy dinner and the, you know, all the nice gifts. I think if you're there, if your man is there, 100%, but we can't pressure men to do things like this when they don't even have it.
That's true. But I also think there's a lot of men who just don't want to do it because it was Valentine's Day. When we do this every day, like that, to me, those are stupid excuses. I just feel like with Valentine's Day, like the excuse that men come up with, it's just like, shut up. Just shut up.
No, for real.
Like, okay, that's basically you saying equivalent to
my birthday.
Well, you live your life every day. Why do you need to celebrate your birthday?
Yeah. No, but baby, but the thing is that like 100% my birthday, yes. You're not gonna dismiss that. If we're talking and you already are mentioning, oh, I like birthday's not that serious for me. For you, yes, but when it comes to my birthday, I need you to show off or show up in a way. And then for you, I need you to, I'm going to also show up for your birthday too. And it's the same thing for like, if Valentine's Day is important to you, that's something you communicate with your partner. Like, hey, like Valentine's Day is very important to me. And this is how I would like to be shown love. You can't expect the person to actually just show up for you if they never done it before, you know? So this is how I want to be shown love. And then you just wait for him to do it. And if he doesn't do it, then that's your answer right there. This person doesn't want to show you appreciation. And the thing is just like throughout the year, it's not the only time for that person to show you love on Valentine's Day. Like you should express your love language to this individual, to your man or woman. Like this is how I want to be treated. And they need to treat you like that throughout the whole, throughout the whole year. If you love flowers, you need to tell them like I love flowers. Like I would want to be given flowers, right? Or if you like, I don't know, taken out, you want to be taken to the mall and go shopping. That's something you express to him. Or like, I like to go to nice restaurants to eat. And you expect the individual to do that, you know? Yeah. So it should be something that's done throughout the year, not just on Valentine's Day.
I feel like people who like birthdays and Valentine's Day and Christmas, everyone grows up differently. So I understand that. But I feel like once you're in a relationship and someone tells you how important these things and events are, and you don't do something, that's a red flag to me. That's grounds for really us breaking up, because not because you're not celebrating me, but you're going out of your way to not celebrate me and to not make me happy on this specific, like you're doing it on purpose. Literally.
To me, it's like, manipulative. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Like things like that are very important to me. Like I will show you my appreciation on your birthday. I will celebrate you. And I expect the same back, you know, like you treat me how I want to be treated. I treat you how you want to be treated. I guess if his birthday is not as special to him, okay, we'll do something that's not too much, but something to show you that we appreciate you, right? And it's like, also, you have to take the person's feeling into consideration. If the person doesn't like to celebrate their birthday, as in like doing big surprise birthday parties, I'm not going to throw you a big surprise birthday party. Yeah. But I would just like, you know, give you something that you would love, like take you out, us one-on-one to like a nice dinner to just show you, you know, how I'm so happy that, you know, you're celebrating another year. I'm so happy that we're here together and celebrating a moment together, you know?
I remember Jada said that, like, she didn't want anything big, and then Will threw her this huge surprise party.
Right.
And she was so pissed, and he was kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, I just did. It's like,
that's the thing.
We have to take in consideration what we want for someone is not what they want for themselves.
Right. There's this show on Netflix. I think it's a Tyler Perry show where the girlfriend was like throwing her boyfriend a birthday like event. Like she was planning certain things for him throughout the week for his birthday. And he was just unhappy on what she was planning because she was doing things that she would want someone to do for her birthday, but she didn't take into consideration like what he would want to do, you know? Yeah. So I think that's just always important, just communicating, just communicating what you love and what you don't love. Because the person can't read your mind. They can't. Like, girl, if you're sitting at home and you're just like, you're talking to a guy right now and you don't know whether or not you guys are going to be celebrating Valentine's Day together, I think you need to speak up. Like, you know, if it's important to you, I think you should. Like, let me know what's up. Like, we're talking and I know that I'm just the only guy, you're the only guy I'm talking to. And we had the conversation already that I'm probably the only girl you're talking to, but we're just still talking and dating. I would want to know whether or not we're spending Valentine's Day together.
I go back and forth because I am I'm going to observe and see what you're going to do without my direction type of person. Like if we're talking, and that's the thing, I guess it depends on how long and what stage, because I'm assuming the person would know me well enough if we're getting to the point where we're exclusive to know that holidays and things like this are my thing without me having to necessarily say, hey, take me out on Valentine's Day. Like I'm the type of person, I'm going to stay quiet. And we can't stay quiet because best believe we are girls. Konya, Valentine's Day comes and we're sad because this guy that we've been spending every night to talking on the phone is not taking us out. But why isn't he doing that on his own accord?
He takes you on like regular days.
Yeah, in terms of Valentine's Day, like why isn't that something that, hey, this is a girl, we're exclusive, I care about her, I know she likes these type of things, I'm taking like her out on Valentine's Day. I think sometimes speaking up 1,000%, and it depends on the situation, but also we need to let men lead without direction and see what they will do without us having to dangle the carrot in front of them.
100%. 100%. And I think that's going back. We need to communicate originally from the jump how important these things are to us. Valentine's Day, yes, is important to me. Birthdays are important to me. And yes, let him lead. So that I think, okay.
By that point,
yes.
Yeah, he would know the type of person you are.
Yeah.
To know that, like, hey, she would want this.
So if you were in that situation, you were talking to a guy, and then you already expressed to him how Valentine's Day is very important to you, and Valentine's Day comes and he doesn't tell you, there's no plans, he's not leading. What do you do? Like, I
let him not lead and I make note. This is what low-key happened to me last year with sanitizer.
But that always happens though.
Yeah, he mentioned doing something for Valentine's Day low-key. But we already know from the pattern from the stories, he's not a man that keeps his word. He just talks to talk. Men, I was watching something or hearing something, maybe it was a TikTok. Men think because they say something, that's a checkbox of they did it.
Yeah.
No, you just said it, you didn't do it.
You're just all talk.
Day of Valentine's Day, didn't even get a happy Valentine's Day. And I was like, okay. And then literally that month we ended things. Not because of that.
Yeah.
But it was just, it's an accumulation. And it's okay. Because if you wanted to, you would. So that's why I'm very much like, because me in that situation, if I had told him maybe he would have done something. But look, he only would have done it because
you said something, and didn't do it. Yeah, and that, I think I agree with you. That is upsetting that you always have to give directions in order for them to lead. And in past experience, that happened to me before, where like I don't like last minute plans, right? So it's just like, here you are talking to this guy, and then last minute you're waiting, Valentine's Day is coming, right? And then you're waiting. And then finally, like, it gets closer to the day. And then it's just like, oh, like, you want to go to the movies? And then it's just like, okay, yeah, sure. Then you think that's a plan right there, right? That's going to be the plan for Valentine's Day. So then you wait for like, okay, here's the tickets I buy. Here's the time. You know what I mean? No time's given. You're just, just waiting. And the day finally gets here. And obviously the person texts you happy Valentine's Day. And you're still waiting for, what time? Like, we're going to be meeting up at 7:00 for the movie. No time's given. So you're just waiting. So in my situation, when that happened, mal dormi. I went to sleep. That's the
situation that recently happened to me. And that's why I started smiling.
I went to sleep.
I listened to this. So maybe, I already talked to him about this, but he had on a Thursday called me. Texted me saying, sup. And I was like, hey, he's like, what are you doing this Sunday? I'm like, nothing. He goes, okay, you want to catch a movie? Sure. Right? Then he calls me, I'm at work. I call him back after work. He's like, okay, hold on. Because he's on his way to or something. I'm on hold for like 3-4 minutes. I hang up.
Yeah.
You're going to call me back when you have the time. Don't hear from him until probably like Saturday, sending like stupid TikToks or whatever. Once again, I'm not mentioning anything about a movie.
Exactly.
Because you mentioned it, I confirmed, it's up to you to follow up. Whether we're in communication or not, I'm not bringing it up. Then Sunday comes, he texts me, am I seeing you today? I was like, you mentioned a movie, but you never brought it back up. So I figured we weren't. Then he calls me and he's like, oh, actually, I have other plans that we can do. We can go to this football watch game thing at like someone's house or something. Already that day, I wasn't in the mental space to go out. So whether it was going to be the movie or this, it was going to be a no. And I told him, like, you know me, baby, the last minute, whether I have the time or not, it's no. For me, it's a respect thing also. Like, if you value my time, you're going to lock it in and then we're going to do what we got to do. If it's not and you're just going to say it and then I say yeah and then we don't care about it till the day of and still think that I am available for you, whether I am or not, I'm no longer. Because oh, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with it?
Planning is the bare minimum. Planning should be like in the top of your list when you're like kind of looking for a man. It's so important because planning comes with like just leading in life. Because if a man can't plan, like how do you expect him to do that
for me?
You can't do nothing, honey. Like you can't do nothing. And that's the thing. Like it is respect for me also, because for me personally, I always hated last minute plan. So like when you message me last minute to do something, I just feel like you don't value that I have other things going on and it's kind of disrespectful. So
you think I'm just sitting and waiting for you, and it's never that.
So in that situation, with the whole Valentine thing that happened, so mal dormi, I went to sleep. And then I saw my phone blowing up. So now he's hitting me up at 7:00, just blowing up my phone. He called me 4 times. And if you're a guy and the girl that you're talking to is not picking up on Valentine's Day, what do you think? I'm outside. But I was in my bed though. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. Like, I'm just going to wake up, watch a movie, chill. And that's it. I'm happy because I wasn't really looking to do something with you. I just wanted to do something with you because you were the person that I was seeing at that moment, right?
Yeah, and it would have been nice. I would have enjoyed your nice. But at the end of the day, baby, and you know what? Maybe it's the only child thing.
Yeah.
In my room, and I'm good.
I'm really good.
Would I like it? Yes. Do I want it? Yes. But do I need it? The only thing I really need is my bed and my TV. There's nothing else I need. So for you to offer an opportunity and take
you
it
don't
away,
follow up,
it's okay with me.
It's just all talk.
Okay.
So now that I woke up and then I saw the phone calls, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to give it another hour when it's just too late and I'm not going out. So I called him. I was like, oh, so sorry. I fell asleep. Konya, he's mad. He's upset. Oh, so where were you? I was like, I was at home. So, guys automatically okay, so you seeing somebody else. I was like, no, I'm definitely at home, just chilling. Like, I was tired from work and we had no time. So I decided to take a nap because you never gave me a time. So I just assumed that this plan was not happening. And he just was just like, yeah, he didn't know what to say. Exactly. And to him, it's just like I had went out and just came home at that time. I'm like, you can just make up whatever scenario in your head. I'm fine with that because at the end of the day,
is that when you're a quote unquote good girl, we've had this conversation before in the terms of good girl. This is not to bring us above anyone or below anyone, but when you're genuinely focused on one person, but that one person isn't really doing what they need to do, and you show that you're not bothered by it.
Yeah,
they want you to mess up and be with some other dude. They want you to be a hole so bad to justify their lack of action and then to justify losing a good girl.
Yeah,
it's like, really, I'm really not. It's really you and me only talking, and I really am not bothered by you not doing what you need to do because, like I said, I only need two things: my bed and my TV. You are just an added bonus. So if you get taken away, I am still okay. And men can't fathom that reasoning. They think it has to be someone else, and they think you're lying, and they want to create a scenario.
But I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Go ahead, create
where you're lying to make them feel better.
Go ahead, create that scenario in your head, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm not. Like, I'm keeping it real with you. It's just that whatever you're doing, then you're not keeping it real with me. You know what I mean? So it's just like, from that day, I feel like that had to happen, because from that day, whatever he thought that I was doing that night kind of like made him think that I was somebody else, And obviously he started acting funny after that. Like, he probably thought I was seeing other people, but in reality, I was just acting accordingly. Like, you had no plans for us.
I see myself daily in the mirror. That's the only other person I see.
Like, I'm fine. I'm fine if you don't want to take me out. But at the end of the day, you're not going to make me habillé and then sit around waiting for you. That only happened to me once in Depilesa. Ever since then, I'm like, there's no guy that's going to make me get dressed, do my makeup, and wait for a time. We're not doing that.
That happened to me once, maybe twice, maybe. I can't remember if the second time actually happened or if I texted before I got ready and realized it wasn't going to happen. But that happened to me once, and I literally was in my car driving.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, nope.
No. If there's no, and that's what I learned from that situation. I'm like, if you never gave me a time, I'm acting like nothing's happening that day. And that happens often when you're dating. It's just like, oh, you ready for later? Okay, you ready for later? What's the time? What's the location? You never gave me any information. You guys need to do better. This is unbelievable. You guys are grown, have 9-to-5 jobs, and you guys cannot plan a date. This is embarrassing.
Imagine if you got a job interview. Oh, yes, the interview is going to be on Monday. Cool. Sunday comes. Still no time. Still no location. Still no person. The name of the person you're meeting with. How are you going to feel? And then last minute, Monday, 2 hours before the interview, you get all the details of where you're supposed to be, who you're meeting with. You're going to look at that job and be like, yo, you're not serious.
You're not serious. Or you have another candidate. Or you have another candidate lined up, and I'm just like a backup.
I'm like, boom, I'm the other job that has my next job interview is not till next week, and I have all that information.
You're right.
And I'm just getting information for this interview for today. Today, no, you're not serious.
You're not serious.
I still come to the interview just to check it out.
And I'm not going to be serious either.
Next week, I'm serious about.
Right. I'm not going to be serious too. Now I'm taking you as a joke. Like you say, I'm going to show up just to see, okay, I'm just going to give you a chance, but I'm not taking you serious. Now you have to prove yourself more to me that I need to give you more
what's
time.
the benefits package looking like? Okay, what's that 401k looking like? Because now I gotta go in for the superficial stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's no trust here. There's no principle. So let me see what else I can get out of this job since y'all want to play with me.
It's just that
damn,
it goes back.
About love?
It is about love, but I think it's just, it starts off with this though. It starts off with being able to plan, because we can't go anywhere further if you can't plan a simple date. It can't go anywhere else. Where are we going? That's the start of you leading me to somewhere. Lead me to a coffee shop with the exact time. Lead me to a restaurant.
Don't lead me to a coffee shop, but lead me somewhere.
No coffee shop?
No, I don't drink coffee. I'm not a tea girl. Already, even if I was, I don't know. I would rather an activity or like a real meal.
Okay, lead me to like some activity. Yeah, something. Just lead me somewhere so I can. That's like your first initiation to show me that you can lead.
Yeah,
that's good. And I thank God. And I was like the first, like when I started dating, my fiance, like he was able to do that, and that was like, okay, like this man knows that. Like I can see he knows how to lead. Like he knows what he's doing. And then it takes me back to the whole thing, ladies. If he wanted to, he would. Because if he wanted to, he would. Because I just think that guys really just take the girl that he really likes seriously. And I think that if he's not putting in the effort, the simple effort of just planning a date and just giving you a time, he's not serious. It's just plain and simple. It's nothing. It's nothing more difficult than that. It's just.
It's really not.
It's really not.
Because I remember when we went to New York in 2021, the guy I met in New York at the restaurant we went to. Damn, y'all. Trying to give y'all tea, and Mother Nature is trying to tell me, I don't know, to stop, but I'm not going to stop. Anyways, we met him. Huh?
I said, bon tidlo.
I know, right? We met him at a restaurant. And then the rest of the night, you know, him and his friends decided to like go to the same places we're going, blah, blah, blah. And we didn't go out. I met him that one time. We exchanged numbers, Instagrams, kept in contact for a year. I went back to New York, June of 2022, was telling him, yeah, I'm going to be in New York. This man lived in the Bronx. I stayed in Brooklyn. I told him when I was coming, the day, blah, blah. He's like, all right, bet this day I'm taking you out. What kind of food do you like? Blah, blah, blah. Took a train and an Uber and all them. I don't know from New York, but from Bronx to Brooklyn to come pick me up, paid for the Uber. We went out to eat, and we were supposed to go out after that. But then the situation happened. And I felt like his mood was kind of off. So we went back to my place, but was going to go there too. And then I met that man one time. We kept in contact throughout the year, but I met that man one time. Granted, we're nothing now, but it's the respect of, even though I don't know her, even though I think she's cute, we've had a conversation, she's educated, blah, blah, blah. She's going to be here. I'm going to treat her the way I respect her, whether or not I know what's going anywhere. And he did that. Now I have men here who have gotten more out of me physically, who have gotten more out of me emotionally, and all of this can't even take me to the movies. But I had a man who met me one time in New York and scheduled all of that to take me. I've only met this man twice in my life. And after one time, he was willing to do all of that for me.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he would. And that's literally,
it's just that simple.
Basic. That's the law.
That's just that should be like, that's the law. That's the motto. Like, go, like when you're dating, it's just like how he's acting. Like, it's just like sometimes we're upset on like, oh, this should be this way, this should be that way. But it's just, honey, if he wanted to, he would.
Oh, shout out to that man. His name is Mello. Shout out to, I haven't talked to him in like a year. I probably should hit him up and see how he's doing, but he could be in a whole relationship right now. Who knows? But shout out to him, because there's times I really be gaslighting myself and like, you second guess like, damn, well, maybe I'm asking too much or asking for this and asking for that. And I really think back to that moment. I'm like, that man met me once and was doing all of that a year later for me. And like I said, it's not like it's grandiose, but it's the effort. The restaurant was cute. It was nice. It was good food, but it's the effort and the travel and the planning and the figuring out what I liked. All of that leading up to it. It's like, okay, bet. Like, I see you. Thank you. And I appreciate you. Yeah.
If he wanted, he would. And I think the thing about dating is that you can date all these guys and nothing is just as you want it to be. Like, damn, this is like the bare, especially when you're the type of girl that can go above and beyond. That's what's a little upsetting. When the guys are doing like the bare minimum, right? And then you finally meet the guy that does, like, he goes above and beyond and matches like the energy of like, you know, wow, I would do the same for him. And he's showing you the same respect and like, the same, he's treating you good, right? So I think it's when you literally, when you do experience that, you're like, okay, there are good guys out there. This is what they mean when they say, if he wanted to, he would. And I think, so when I was dating my fiance, like Tati doesn't know this, but when we started dating, no one knew, right? So
no one knew.
No one knew. So I'm on a boat and Tati's like, I think you guys sent me eyes on Snapchat. Like, girl, like, I think you guys had hung out and I didn't join you guys that weekend. And that was the weekend.
I think so.
Yeah. And that was the weekend that, Andy flew to Boston and we had like a whole, weekend where he's like, he messaged me, he's like, I'm going to take you out. And he flew from Dallas, came to Boston, and he took me out. And it's the whole thing of like, if he wanted to, he would. I never experienced that before. I had to like, I had to be like, I had to ask guys like, oh, well, like, when do you want to go to a restaurant this week? You know what I mean? Like, I would have to always initiate. And I think that's something that's very upsetting. And I wish I never was that girl that would always be giving directions and would let someone just lead. But when they're showing that they can't lead, it's just in me. I already have leadership skill. I'm a leader. So now when you're the type of guy that shows me that you can't lead, I have to step in.
My toxic trait is that I unintentionally make men feel like bitch ass niggas. Because
my God.
If you can't do things and I do it, baby, sweetheart.
Automatically, I understand what you mean because automatically,
because it's not to demasculate. It's not calling you a woman.
It doesn't.
I'm calling you a woman. I'm calling myself a man.
Exactly. When automatically I step into like the leadership, I automatically feel like the man.
And then it's like, and I really think about like my past relationship, and this is not no shade, no nothing. I'm not even calling him a bitch ass. No, I'm not saying none of that. Yeah. But I feel like there's times I would emasculate him, not on purpose, but I really have to reflect and be like, that's not okay. The way you would say certain things, the way you would do certain things. For me, that's not okay. But I also have to realize I wasn't put in a position where I felt secure enough that if I didn't do it, it was going to get done.
Yep. I understand that. But as women, we are already nurturers. And I think oftentimes too quick, we do that whole baby thing with men. Like we don't allow them to, get it done. So even if it doesn't get done, just let it not get done and be like, okay, like, you see, now it's not done. Don't stop babying them. Like, certain things don't get done. It don't get done. And then you be like, you see, this is not done. And this is why this should be done now. And the thing is that, like, when things don't get done, we end up doing it. And then we end up doing it. And we end up doing it. That's the whole babying. That's the whole babying, where it doesn't allow them to, like, you know, to grow.
But maybe you should be grown.
But it really,
in our lives, the men that we're in, well, not you, but the men I interacted with in the age bracket.
Oh yeah, not me. And the thing,
what's on? That's also where, like, I went back the situation that you talked about. Like, should we speak up if we want something for Valentine's Day? I'm gonna observe, and I'm gonna, because I'm not. I'd rather it not get done now than me doing it. I'd rather it not get done. I'm mad, and we're going to have this conversation, or we're just going to cut it off, because it's like, why wouldn't you not celebrate Valentine's Day with me? Duh, stupid. So I'd rather it not get done than me do it. At this point, and some people may call that petty. Some people say that's not growth. That's not mature. Like you said, communication is key. Maybe sometimes it's this over communication. And now I'm morphing you into the man I want you to be. And it's like, are you really that man? Because if I don't put the battery in your back, are you going to go? And sooner or later, I'm going to resent you for always charging you up, and you're going to resent me. So let's just not let it get done, and we figure that out early, and then we can cut it off.
Absolutely. And it's just, it's a learning experience while dating. And just like, it's things that, it's just like things that you wouldn't imagine that it could be any different, especially when you never dated a guy that could lead, and then you finally meet a guy that could lead, and you're like, oh wow, this is how it is on the other side. Like, you really don't have to do certain things. And it's just like, it's just one of those things, like, if he wanted to, he would. And I always tell myself that. I always tell myself the guys previously that I dated just didn't like me to that extent.
All the time. Y'all just don't like me. And
they just don't like me. And I'm okay with that. Like, you guys thought I was cute, good vibes. That's okay. That's it.
Leave it at that. I don't like the gaslighting and manipulation. And I don't know if it's because they're also not aware, and maybe they don't know what truly liking someone is. But don't convince me that you like me and you acting this way, because maybe that's an insult to me. You like me and you still doing the bare minimum like this? This is how you show me that you like me?
But I need them to start seeing how embarrassing it is. Like, the talk and not showing it is just very embarrassing. Like, you telling me you're going to take me here, and the day comes and you don't do it. It's showing you don't know what you're doing. It's giving like, well, I'm just fed. It's just tempting. Yeah, it sounds good, but it's just like,
and it's fine that you don't want to do it with me because you don't like me enough.
Just say it. It's just giving.
You gotta convince yourself that you do.
But it's just giving liar. It's giving liar. And I think that's already a red flag. And I think that happens too often, where we keep allowing it to happen. They say this is going to happen. It doesn't happen. Then we let it slide. They say this is going to happen and it doesn't happen, and we let it slide. And it just keeps going on. It's like when are you fed up?
It's like, I'm going to have to remove you from friend, situationship, whatever, and just put you as a pen pal, where we just text and call every now and then, but we don't see each other. Mm-hmm. And it can be that. But the thing is, like, let's appropriately recognize what we are to each other. Don't try to push this narrative that you like me, you want to take me out and do all this, and you don't. When I'm over here and I'm cool on that, I'm cool with that. You don't like me, I'm okay. I'm not hurt. I'm not offended. And I'm trying to keep this at what it truly is, which is a hey, bye type of situation. We see each other.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be in that.
Yeah.
But you're also not doing anything else to get out of that. Mm-hmm. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm thinking back into like the dating back then. It was a rough time. It was a rough time. And I just want to say to like any girl that just still dating is just like, it's just really the motto of like, if he really wanted to, he would. Like, mm-hmm. The guy that really likes you will make the time to date you, to treat you right, to do all the things that you love, and then he'll treat you well. And you don't have to question yourself. I'm like, oh, does this guy really like me? Like, no. No. Going back to like one of our friend who's currently in a relationship right now, like the cutest thing ever. Like when I remember how she was like, oh, I want the guy that dates me to like ask me to be his girlfriend. And I was just like, oh, that's so cute. Like to me, I thought that was always a thing. Like I dated, but my fiance was my only boyfriend, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just like when he asked me to be his girlfriend, that was just like I never expected anything else. Like you're supposed to ask me to be your girlfriend, yeah, right? So I remember she was saying how like she wants the guy that she's talking to ask her to be his girlfriend. So when her boyfriend ended up doing that, I was just like, like that makes me so happy to see that what she wanted like actually happened and she got. Like it really shows that like you really don't have to like, and I'm sure he didn't have to like go all out like, baby, like I thought it was a whole proposal. I'm like,
my mom said the same thing. He proposed. I'm like, honey, baby, no.
Listen, I thought my whole friend went from talking to a guy to a fiance.
Fiance, real quick.
And I was so happy. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, she deserves that.
My friend sent me this thing like right before we recorded about this woman who was talking about how she just had given up and she was talking to her friend and it's like, I'm done. I've just come to the conclusion I'm not going to be a wife. I'm not going to be a mother and I'm grieving that process, blah, blah, blah. And her friend goes, I'm not dealing with this shit with you. Like, stop it. Mm-hmm. You're going to do this. You're going to meet him, blah, blah, blah. And within that year, she met her husband, all this stuff. And things going back to our friend who just got into a relationship, just thinking where she was 2 years ago.
Mercy.
The situation she was in where the man, good man until this day.
Yeah, good man.
Good person, good guy. They just weren't meant to be in a situation where you're waiting and not wasting your time because it's definitely a lesson. Mm-hmm. But when you're waiting for that one person to do something and it seems like it's pulling teeth because it's never getting done. Mm-hmm. And then boom, you meet this person who's boom, just like that, no time wasted. Mm-hmm. It's just such a beautiful thing to see.
An experience.
With our friends too. And it's like, that's why I already know whenever I get my makeup done for your wedding, I'm going to tell her waterproof everything because the that you have for your friends when they find the one, knowing what they've been through, Lord Jesus. Mm-hmm. It's a different type of happiness, a different type of relief, a different type of inspiration for yourself.
We be going through it. I still remember, honey, I woke up from a beautiful nap. I open my phone. I see Tati's text from her breakup. When I tell you I had to drop my phone, I
thought I was lying.
I thought she was like, my heart was shattered. Like when I remember when one of my friends told me she broke up with her, I was like, no, I always think my friend's lying to me. Because I literally said, you're lying. I was like, you're lying to me. And she's like, no. And then I was just like, I was trying to fight back tears because I could see that she almost was about to cry. I wanted to bawl my eyes out because I'm in a relationship too with you. Like,
baby,
I automatically, when you're dating my friend, I accept you as my brother, you know?
Yeah.
So then like, I just wanted to tear up. So when I finally do see, and I do have a friend that's getting married this year, literally at her wedding, I'm probably going to have to fight back tears. Like literally at her engagement party, honey, I wanted to cry because it's just so beautiful. Every woman deserves the love that they want. And literally that was our podcast episode, but it never happened, guys. So stay tuned for the next one. Every girl deserves the love that they want. And to see my friends experiencing these love is just amazing. So to anyone right now who is still dating, I just say, like, you know, dating is an experience and you learn from it and just like hang in there. And like I said, the title of this episode is If He Wanted to, He Would. So,
baby, because if he wanted to, he would, baby.
He would.
He should. And I think another thing just to add before we wrap up is that it's like at this age, it is hard to accept like, I'm doing so much for this person and this person is not doing much for me, blah, blah, blah. And you have to come to that realization. But also it's kind of like, as women, we take it as we're not good for them. We're not good for them. He's not good for you too. Like, why do we take the brunt of the reason why it's not working out? Unless we actually did something to that person. Yeah. Sometimes it just don't work out. It's like you're giving so much and you're just kind of like, why doesn't he see me? Yeah. Maybe he's giving you nothing. Why do you want him to see you?
Oh, he sees. He just doesn't care. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's just like, we just have to keep it 100% with us. When they show us who they are, we just have to accept it. And that's just it. Yeah. We're wrapping it from here. All right. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. We have this new segment out that Tati and I want to start doing. And we want to share some of our favorite brands with you guys. Some brands that we love. And on this very episode, we are sharing one of my favorite brand.
Yay. Oh, I got one on right now. The pink one too.
I talked about Honey Pot before. For those who know, Honey Pot is a feminine product. So they have wipes, they have different pads. And Honey Pot has helped me over the years with just my terrible periods. So they're like herbal infused pads. And over the years when I first started using it, I just had really bad cramps. But I honestly think that Honey Pot has gotten my cramps down to like a level 10. Not saying my cramps are still bad, but without Honey Pot, I think my cramps would have been 10 times worse. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like very thankful to be able to use like Honey Pot as a pad. Like when I tell you, honey, it's herbal infused. Everyone I recommend this pad to, the first day they use it, I always tell them, it's gonna feel different down there. You're gonna feel it. And people text me, they're like, oh my gosh, you didn't tell me it's like this. I'm like, nah, it's intense. But it's good. It's good.
Because when I give people a pad, I forget. So I don't tell them. They be like, is it supposed to? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that's gonna happen. Because it's like I'm so used to it. It's like a cooling, like sensation. Like when you take a nice shower. And you slap that thing on, baby.
It's so helpful. And I know there's a lot going on of what's been added onto Honey Pot, but as of right now, I'm still using Honey Pot. Always to the side. Always what? Don't know what always is anymore. I'm sticking to Honey Pot. I love it. And it's a great brand. So if you guys want to try a new like pad, and this is not fun. This is not ad, guys. This is not an ad.
It's not ad.
It's not an ad.
But if you want to see, go ahead on their page and tag Deluxes or tag Honey Pot in our comments.
Yeah, we really, Tati was the one that recommended Honey Pot to me. And ever since then, I've gotten like 10 people on Honey Pot. So we really love it over here. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. I hope you guys have a very special Valentine's Day with your friends, with your special someone, and we'll catch you guys on our next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.